Security Council, a resolution was passed which took 3 days to put together.
Are you part
And
of
what
the
it
Lib
did
Dem?
was to say it's important to get some more humanitarian aid. How can you get humanitarian aid in while the bombs are still falling from Israeli planes? Not only that, they also said that they wanted selective or appropriate routes for the aid to go through. Who's going to decide that? It will be the occupation force. It will be the Israeli force that will decide who and which route they can take. Every day we wake up, and this morning was no exception, to absolutely horrendous scenes of people who have lost loved ones in Gaza. The other thing that I want to mention are the lies that come out from the Israeli side. The previous speaker alluded to some of them. Genuinely, you listen to Israeli speakers and you think we're in a different world. We can see everything on the TV screen that is happening. Why is it? I genuinely could not answer this question. Why did they destroy the Supreme Court building? Why did they destroy the Islamic University of Gaza? And by the way, the Islamic University of Gaza has graduated people in all fields, but most of the doctors in Gaza graduated from that institution. One of them, in fact, used to operate in Israel. A Gaza used to go into Israel. His name was Abu al-Aish. And one day in the 2008-9 war, he was sitting in his house in Gaza, and he was looking after his family when 3 of his daughters were killed by an Israeli shell. This is a man who used to deliver Israeli babies. So we have a really sick mind ruling Israel. A barbaric plan to push the Palestinians out of Gaza. Not for the first time. These people, 80% of them, were refugees from other parts of historic Palestine. And now they're saying, I was just listening to radio on the way here, and the deputy spokesman or something of the Israeli army was saying, why won't they let the Palestinians go to Egypt, to Sinai for, look how many Ukrainians were allowed to come out as refugees. We know the difference. The Ukrainians can go back, the Palestinians will not be allowed back. So I say these as factual things we need to think about. We need to think about these people who literally, like we are now, are spending all their time, not some of their time, on the streets. On the streets, that's what the Israelis have forced them to do. Children with pans going to get a meal they might be able to share with their family. The food running out. The situation is as dire as it's ever been for the Palestinians, and they rely on us to do what we can here. We are in a democratic country where we can stand and have this protest. Unfortunately, in many Arab countries, they can't. People say, why aren't the Arabs doing anything? The Arab people are with the Palestinians, but they can't do more than they're able to. Here, we can meet our MPs, we can at least raise our voice, we can go on demos here. I was really proud to speak at most of the demonstrations in London when we had numbers that reached 1 million people. You would have thought in a true democracy that would have an impact on government thinking and government actions. But it hasn't done enough. However, what we must do is continue to press and pressure and shame them. I will mention to you that there is a group called the International Center for Justice for Palestine in London that straight after the start of the war crimes that Israel was committing sent letters threatening Rishi Sunak, the Foreign Secretary at the time, James Cleverly, and Keir Starmer and others, that they would be held responsible and accountable for supporting the committal of war crimes by saying simply Israel had the right to defend itself without referring to international law. So, we must continue to come out, and I thank you really from the bottom of my heart as a Palestinian. I am from Jerusalem, and I was really fortunate in August to be able to visit Jerusalem for only a few days, but I managed to pray at Al-Aqsa Mosque. To me, it always makes the hairs on my neck rise when I am able to go in. And before that, I was banned for 6 years from going in, so I was really pleased to be able to do that. but we want all of us to go and pray at Al-Aqsa Mosque. The way we can do that is when the Palestinians are free, not while there is an apartheid regime in Israel. So let's continue to support the Palestinian people and come out every Saturday for however long it takes, but also shame our politicians for the stance that they have with Israel. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.